everyone, and happy Hanukkah. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new here, hi, my name is Sonia, and I just tried to make relatable and relevant content for other people out there. Today, I wanted to take you along and show you how we celebrate Hanukkah with the family. I'm going to first take you along on my shopping haul, what I got, how I prepped everything in advance, and then I'm going to show you the whole entire setup. This year we celebrated on Saturday night, and the prep started on Wednesday when I started to do shopping. On Thursday I did some of my beginning preps. On Friday after work I finished everything off so that on Saturday night when we had the party I could just quickly put everything together, throw things into the oven to get reheated. So I just wanted to give you a little context as to what you're going to be seeing. I hope you guys all enjoyed. Now let's get into the video.
So part one of my shopping is everything that has to go into the refrigerator. So this is my Hanukkah shopping for our little get together with our family, and a few items are for the donuts that I'm making that I have orders for. So to start off, here's the mozzarella cheese, and I also got 2 packs of these cheese raviolis that I'm going to be making in a pesto cream sauce. A lot of butter because I use a lot of it for the donuts. And I want to make a cheese platter. So these are the cheeses that I found in my store, and I'm going to try to decorate it in a cute way with some crackers and pretzels that I'll show you a bit later. I got some raspberries and blueberries as well because I want to put them into champagne glasses and fill them up with some Bartonura wine, or maybe even some champagne if I have that in the house. I got some cute fruits that I can slice up nicely to put into a platter. These little lady apples. This is basil to put to make my pesto with. Some mushrooms for my creamy baked potato that I'll show you later on. I'm going to make French onion soup as well, so I got a bunch of onions and heavy cream because I'm making everything dairy and I go through a lot of it, especially with my donuts. Cream cheese, whipping cream, coffee creamer. So this is it for this part, and I'll show you what else I got a little later. Okay, this is part 2 of my shopping, of my haul. So I'm gonna start off with over here. I needed a bunch of things that I just ran out of at home, so I tried to get 2 of things whenever I run out of it. So I was out of the soy sauce, so I got 2 of those, garlic powder, some apple cider vinegar because I'm going to be making some French onion soup and I need that for the recipe. Then I was out of panko crumbs, and I have some olives and pickles because I want that for my Hanukkah party. For the cheese platter, I got a variety of different crackers and chips that I'm going to be using with it as well. So we have these 3. I also wanted to make a Lotus tiramisu, so I got a bunch of these Lotus Biscoff crackers, and I have these crackers also that I was thinking of putting into the cheese platter. This I use a lot for my donuts that I decorate with. And for the French onion soup, I got these little bowls from Amazing Savings, thinking that I could just put them in here. And I have confectioner's sugar for my donuts as well, some condensed milk, Oreos, this chocolate hazelnut spread, well, Nutella this time around. I didn't find the other one that I use, and some Dolce de Leche caramel cream that I also use on the donuts, and the milk chocolate. I wanted to try this and see how the ganache will turn out with this kind of chocolate. I heard very good things about it, so I want to try it out. I'm also going to be making penne. So I got some penne boxes, and I found these really cute plates and Amazing Savings for the Hanukkah party. And that is basically it for my shopping haul. To start off with my prep, I started on my cookies that I made with my kids on Wednesday night. They enjoyed cutting out the shapes and taking the shapes out of the dough, so they had a good time doing that after they did all of their homework. Now I decorate the cookies with some white and dark chocolate and some shredded nuts and some jelly. I'm going to have this linked in the description box below. I do have a video on this, so check that out if you're interested. The next thing on the menu is this Alfredo cream sauce that I made, and I'm going to divide this into two separate recipes, into the creamy baked potato, the Alfredo cream sauce, and the rest of that sauce I'm going to be adding in some homemade pesto, and that'll be for the pesto cream sauce that I'll be using in the ravioli. So here I'm assembling my creamy baked potato. The potatoes I have already previously cooked in the oven, and I'm just going to be pouring in the cream sauce over that. I do have a video recipe on this Alfredo cream sauce, and I will have that linked in the description box below as well. I top everything off with some shredded cheese and cover it with a Corningware cover. I'll have this linked in the description box below if anyone is interested in this set. The rest of the cream sauce I put away into the refrigerator so that I can work with it tomorrow with my pesto. And this is how I make my pesto sauce. I have the basil, salt and pepper, oil, some sesame seeds, garlic, cloves, and lemon. I place everything into a food processor and process all of those ingredients and combine it all until smooth. This is such a great recipe. It comes out perfectly every time. To the warmed cream sauce, I add in the pesto that I just made and mix everything well to combine. This combination of the Alfredo cream sauce with that homemade pesto was out of this world. The garlic and the basil, it was just so well put together, and I hope you guys really try this and enjoy it. Because I'm making everything ahead of time, I placed the cream into the foil tray, covered it with some foil, write down what it is right on the top so that I know when I go into the fridge what it is, and place it inside of the refrigerator. I will also be boiling all of the pastas today so that I could have it for tomorrow. So I have the penne and the ravioli that I'm going to be boiling in these two pots that I'm already setting on the stovetop so it could start to simmer. And once they're done, I'm going to be placing it into the foil trays as well, adding in some oil on top of the pasta so that they don't stick together, so that I can easily get into them on the next night. Here I'm just showing you real life moments of a mommy working in the kitchen and trying to get it all done while having all the kids at home.
Is that macaroni? Also macaroni. One and two. Look, Mama, look. Count it. One, two.
Good job.
Mama, look. One, two. Never say macaroni with cheese.
Here I'll be showing you how I make my vodka sauce. I add in about 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil as well as 2 tablespoons of regular unsalted butter. I have 5 to 6 cloves of crushed garlic that I'm adding into the pot as well and giving everything a good stir. For the seasonings, I will add 1 teaspoon of oregano, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 2 teaspoons of chicken consomme seasoning, and 2 teaspoons of salt. I love adding all of the seasonings into the butter and oil because I feel like when I let them cook, the natural aromas just come out. I then add 1 large can of tomato sauce and fill that same can 1.5 more times with heavy cream. I mix everything to combine. Now I transfer the cream into a foil container just as I did with the pesto cream sauce so that I could have it all ready when I need to take it out tomorrow. And again, I covered it with some tin foil that has been labeled. Here are all the trays that I have prepped, and they are all ready to go into the refrigerator for tomorrow. I wanted to really make a Hanukkah-inspired tiramisu using some Lotus cookies, and I tried to make it in the shape of a dreidel. I don't know if it really looks like a dreidel or not, but I definitely tried, and I got my kids involved. Aviva over there is crushing up some of the Lotus cookies, and Miriam is taking them out of their packaging. So as much as they do slow me down, they enjoy helping, and I know that they don't get into trouble when they're right next to me, so they're my little helpers helping me in the kitchen right now. For the cream recipe, I will have a video link in the description bar below. I have already made a tiramisu video, so check that out if you're interested in learning how to make the cream. I place the Lotus buttercream into the microwave for about 30 seconds to get it to be nice and runny, and I place that all over the cream. Here comes the part of me attempting to make a dreidel shape on top of the cream and trying to decorate it with some Lotus buttercream and Lotus crushed cookies. Let me know if it looks like a dreidel to you. Here is how it turned out. It tasted amazing. I used the same tiramisu cream recipe in my other video, and the Lotus cookies just took it up a notch. I hope you guys try it and enjoy it. Tag me on Instagram if you do. Now that it's getting really cold outside, I thought French onion soup would be the perfect accompaniment to the other recipes, so I did make that as well, and I will have this same recipe linked in the description box below because I have made it also in a previous video. Now it's time to decorate. I have these beautiful hydrangeas that I got from Michael's when they were on sale a few years back, and I really wanted to go with the blue theme to tie into Hanukkah, so I arranged a few of these vases to go onto the table. Now I'm just setting up my champagne station right at the edge of the table so that I can take care of that tomorrow. So I'm trying to do as much as I can to prepare for the party today so that when it's time to set everything up onto the table, I'm not overwhelmed with my kids and the close family that are coming. So I have everything set up here for the French onion soup. I have those croutons over there, and I'm gonna put cheese on the other side of it. Those are the soup bowls and the plates that I'm going to be using. Those are the plate settings that I'm going to be using for the penne and the ravioli. And I put some decorative pieces all throughout the table. Some candles, some flour, and some dreidels. I put a bunch of chips and crackers. That's gonna be my cheese board that you see right over there, the brown board. And I just wanna lay everything out to see how everything will fit. And this will just make my life so much more easier the next day when I have to get everything onto the table very quickly. Of course, for a Hanukkah party, you need to have some latkes. So one of the last things I did was fry up some of these latkes. I drained them all onto a paper towel and then removed the paper towel and left them all on this parchment paper and covered them up really well with some tin foil and labeled it as well and placed it into the refrigerator so that I could just pop it into the oven tomorrow when all the guests arrive, and they stayed beautifully crispy. I actually didn't know that you can do latkes ahead of time. I always thought that it really needs to be done like the minute of, and it needs to be really fresh. But I also learned that they can be frozen, defrosted, placed into the oven, and they come out perfectly. I also do have a video on how I made these latkes, so of course it'll be linked in the description box below if you would like to check it out. I wanted to make Sfinge donuts. Sfinge donuts really have to be made like the day of, so I just set everything up so that when I get back home tomorrow, I can quickly do the Sfinge donuts. Now it's time to assemble this gorgeous cheese platter. It was my first time doing it, so I gathered up all of my cheese, got my board ready, and put in all of those additives that I'm going to be adding to the board.
Once all the cheeses have been arranged nicely on the board, I slice every single one of them just to make it more appealing to people to dive right into it. Just in case people are shy and they don't want to cut into it, I just make a few beginning slices for everyone. Then I use the nuts, seeds, crackers, pretzels, dried fruits, and decorate the whole board. As an added decorative piece, you could add in some oil, jams, honeys, or even spices on top of the cheeses. I placed my cheese board in the center of the table and wanted to make a shuk-style balagan table with crackers all around. I finished it off by placing in tiny little forks into each and every cheese so people can help themselves, and I was so in love with how it turned out. Here I'm assembling this DIY do-it-yourself French onion soup station with the croutons and the shredded cheese. I have the ladle there, and I'm gonna put the whole soup pot over there for people to serve themselves, and I have the soup bowls there as well. Now I'm taking everything out of the refrigerator and placing it into the oven to heat through. So here goes in the latkes. The pastas are next. I'm taking the sauces and combining them with the pasta, covering them back up and placing it into the oven to heat through. For the creamy baked potato, I'm swapping out the covers for an oven-safe cover. A few minutes before all the guests arrive, we go around the house, putting all the finishing touches, lighting the candles, setting the table beautifully, and waiting for our guests to come. As my family slowly trickles in, I finish off the champagne flutes with some fresh fruit. Here I have raspberries and blueberries that I have washed really well, and I finish that off by pouring the champagne or the wine inside of it. Here I'm just setting up my s'more plate with some graham crackers, marshmallows, and chocolates so that we can roast them over the fire at the very end of the party. Lastly, I'm just assembling this pizza, putting on just some regular tomato sauce, shredded cheese, and some garlic powder. The dough that I used here is from Trader Joe's. At this point, everything is ready, the family has arrived, and it's time to just enjoy.
Well, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video on how we celebrate Hanukkah with the family. If you did, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe if you liked what you saw. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful holiday. Happy Hanukkah from my family to yours.